Hello everyone, and welcome back to the final client success interview as part of this series. And I couldn't have left the best for last, not even if I tried. So who is watching, and let me know if you can see and hear me okay. And then as soon as Larissa comes in, I will let her into the interview. All right. Hey guys, how are you? Who can hear and see me okay? Who can hear and see me? Larissa, if you're here, say hi. Just let me know if you guys can hear and see me okay. It's another gorgeous day here. Hey, Cynthia. You can hear and see you well. Okay, perfect. Great, thank you. Hey, okay, you're here. Awesome. So let me see. Okay, Larissa, if you're not on your phone. Oh, hey, Samantha, how are you? So Larissa, if you're not on your phone, I can't let you on live. So yeah, I'm not getting permission to bring Larissa in. Larissa, are you on your phone? You guys are gonna love Larissa's story because Larissa and I actually met. She brought me into one of her Facebook groups. She had like a big live event in her Facebook group, and then one day she was like, I just need to work with you. I need to work with you in your group program. So you're gonna get like basically gotcha, let me switch over. Yes, okay. So you guys are gonna get exactly what it's like to work with me in a group setting that's very, very similar to the rapid expansion method. I loved talking to Larissa when we first met each other. Hey guys, because she was like so well put together. Everything that she was doing, like she had already written a book. Everything was amazing. And then when I went to look at her price points, I was like, oh my goodness, this does not line up with the level of amazingness that is this behind her brand. And so we're gonna talk a little bit more about that, but she's finally here, so let me bring her on camera. Hey!
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. I'm so excited to have you here.
Yes, me too. I'm excited to be here.
I love your hair as per usual. Larissa always has the most amazing hair and she's constantly changing it. It has so much personality. I love it.
Yes.
All right. So tell us, okay, so why don't you introduce yourself to us? Because I kind of introduced you, but I didn't really tell everyone what you do. So give us a formal introduction.
Perfect. I am Larissa Nicole, Christian mindset coach, and I help business owners to adopt a healthy mind, to unblock and fully experience the blessings that God has for them so that they can walk in the promises of God and live free from their 9 to 5.
Amazing, amazing.
Yes, I'm a mindset coach. And so I'm excited to be on. I'm excited to share about how I've embodied this transformation over the past 90 days. And so, yes.
Yeah, all right. So give us a little bit of a glimpse of where you were in your business before we started working together.
Okay, so before we started working together, I actually had a coach before Sarah. And I learned a lot of strategy, but I was in a phase in my business where I was really like the limiting beliefs were holding me back, especially around my prices.
Yes.
And I was just not really seeing or having the ability to work with the people that I wanted to work with. And I couldn't really figure out why. I knew that I was having some things that were holding me back. And my prices was one of them that I didn't even realize was holding me back. And so I definitely was in a place just feeling kind of stuck. I knew that there was things in my mind I needed to deal with as a business owner and as a coach. But I just really wasn't sure what that looked like prior to working with you.
And so tell us a little bit more about the mentorship aspect and the coaching aspect. What do you feel like you primarily gained from our time together?
I definitely know that I gained clarity. I started as more of like a business coach, focusing on the strategy. As I've gone through your program, I've really been able to like hone in and realize that like my area and zone of genius is really in mindset. And although I know strategy and I know, the benefits of that, and I teach my clients that, my focus is really on the mindset, because even in my own life, what you showed me was that if you have all the strategy, but you don't have the right frame of mind, like it doesn't matter. Like it's not going to work for you. And so, I've been able to gain a lot of clarity. That's the first thing. The second thing was like systems. I needed to really establish systems in my business, so that my business could really flow and it would be in a space prepared for when, an abundance of clients began to want to work with me. And so I needed to get those things in place, prior to that happening, in my business. And so I really got a lot of clarity on systems in my business and the importance of those as well.
Beautiful. Yes, yes. And that's something I think that I remember as well. It's just like when I started giving you the growth strategies, they're like, cool, I've never seen these before. Like, let me try them and let me implement them.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit more about how it felt to be in a group setting and the amount of support that you really feel like you were able to get from that.
So this was my first time being in a group program, and there's so many pros to that. One of them specifically, was that you're oftentimes like being in a group setting, you don't even realize what you need until somebody else has the need and they're able to point that out for you. One thing that I needed so desperately in my life was a schedule, like a real like strict, planned out schedule. And I remember being on our group call, and it was someone else who had a question about something that like spiraled this whole thing in my own life. And I'm like, Larissa, you need this. And because of that, like my productivity has shifted drastically. I know what I'm showing up to do every day. I'm not all over the place, like with all these 100 things. What do I need to do? Like I have my focus, I have my schedule, and everything else like fits into that. It also really helped me too with like, sales calls and coaching calls. Like I used to be on a sales call and then a coaching call, right? And when it comes to energy, like you really need to be able to like focus in on what you're doing and not be like, oh, I just got off of this sales call and maybe I didn't convert them right away, so now I'm taking that energy into my coaching call, right? And so all of that just really helped me like get in the right mental space to be able to like flow in my business the way that I desire to.
Yes, I love that you said that, Larissa, because that's what I love about doing groups as well, is that like you never know what you need, and then all of a sudden someone else comes in and they're like, oh, like ask this question, you're like, hey, I need that thing too, but I had no idea I needed it. And so if you were even in a one-to-one setting, you may not even have asked it, right?
Right.
And I remember us doing the weekly schedules and everyone's sending in their schedules, and you're just like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. The amount of productivity I've gotten is amazing, because you're a mama, right? Like you have a little baby, and that type of stuff is really important to you too. So I'm super happy that you said that, because a lot of people always tell me that. They're just like, well, I really need one-to-one. I don't really need group. But I think that what people don't really realize, especially about this type of group, is that you get so much support that is so tailored to you that it almost feels like you're in a one-to-one program.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there wasn't a time that I didn't feel like I was getting the support that I needed from you, from the chat to the calls. Like everybody had their opportunity to get their needs met. And so I really enjoyed it. And it was a really good like first group experience.
Beautiful. I love it. So Cynthia has a question. I'd love to know what motivated you to work with Sarah. How did you know she was the right business coach for you? Oh, that's a great question.
Okay. I just felt drawn to Sarah. I found her page, maybe back in like October,
Yeah.
September, maybe. And I was like, oh, I love her. We have so many things in common. And I just loved your life. And then I started like actually getting to know you. I had you in my virtual launch experience. And that's when I really tapped into like more of your expertise and your knowledge. And I was like, okay. And I remember it was like maybe a week after that, and you were launching a program, and I was like, okay, Larissa, like I could feel something on the inside of me. I don't even think I've told you this.
Yeah.
And I literally avoided your page for like a week because I knew that like your fully booked with soul was speaking to me, but I was like afraid of the investment, right? Like I was like, okay, Larissa, like you just had a coach, like do you really need a coach right now? Like I went through all of the self mindset stuff, and I finally was like, okay, Sarah, like I need to talk to you. And we got on the call, and I knew even more what I was feeling was confirmed when I actually talked to you, and I wasted no time, and I made the investment.
Yeah, and
And
I even remember on our call, and we've talked about this throughout our group coaching calls, that you were just like, you rocked that call so much that I knew I needed to shift my own sales calls. And so it was even a like, it's almost like a mirror for yourself. It's like, damn, I need to learn how to do that because it felt so good.
absolutely. And that's one of the things that I still like admire about you, and I'm still learning from you in everything, like just how to be more direct, and like because as like a mentor to a mentee, or a mentee to a mentor, like you really can appreciate like you being direct and you telling me like, okay, are you gonna do something about it? Are we gonna talk about it? Are we gonna act? You know, like I really love that about you because it challenges me to like own what I'm saying, right? And like actually be who I want to be. Like you can talk about it all day, but until you're actually like owning it, doing it, being it, like that's when you actually have it. And so I really respected, even on our sales call, like how you were just like, okay, so if you want this, then let's go get it, you know, like, and that's really how it is. And so I'm learning from you like constantly and continuously in the way that you show up. And I remember very clearly on our sales call saying, yeah, I need her.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh, I really appreciate all of that. It's so gorgeous. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Okay. So finish the question. If someone were to, if you were to work with Sarah, you would know that.
If you were to work with Sarah, you would know that you're going to be uncomfortable, you're going to be pushed and stretched, but in the end, you're going to look back and see a better version of yourself.
Mm-hmm. I love that. That's like so. It's almost like it's slightly different from what everyone else said, but I love it. It's like you need to get uncomfortable, right? Like,
Yes.
you want these goals, you want these dreams. Okay, let's go out and get them, right? Like nothing happens when you're comfortable. Right? If nothing
Absolutely.
changes, nothing changes. And so I'm going to be that person who helps to push you. And like you said, one thing that I really love about your interview is that like you're literally going through the same group experience that people would go through in the rapid expansion method. And so it's like a testament of like you still get that one-to-one feel of working together.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And okay, so if anyone is on the fence right now about working with me, what would you say to them? What advice would you give?
I would say like jump on the other side of the fence. Like like do it, right? Like I remember I came into the program, and literally we talked through the issues and the limiting beliefs around my prices and why they were so low. And 2 weeks later, I signed on my first client at my new high price.
Yeah.
And it changed my life. Like it really showed me what was possible for me, and like how I was really devaluing myself. And she was my dream client. And so I would say if you're on the fence, like jump, sis, now.
You need to do it. You need to do it.
Yes, you need to do it. Like, you won't regret it. I literally, in that, I almost had the whole investment paid off within 2 weeks. And so, like, literally, like, it will be worth it.
Oh, thank you so much, Larissa. It's so nice to have you here. I'm so glad that we did this interview. For everyone who's listening, Larissa's literally in the exact same program that you're going to be signing up for if you decide to come with us in the Rapid Expansion Method, but doors are closing soon. So today is your last day to book a call. I'm only taking calls tomorrow morning, and then we're going to cap everything off. We only have 3 spots left in the program. And yeah, I'd love to have you guys in there. So if you want more information, we're going to be leaving the links to the program in the comments. You guys have seen so many interviews by now that you know that it's the real deal. You're getting all the systems that you need. People are making their investments back. Like literally the past 2 interviews we've had, people made their investment back within 2 weeks. And I mean, the vast majority of people are like that anyways. You're getting lifetime access to the program. You're getting group calls, which are really nice and intimate, because I really treat my group clients like one-to-one clients, because I want to see you succeed the exact same way. All right. So if you are interested in signing up, we have the link to the program here with the payments, but you can also get on a discovery call. Like I said, I think I only have 2 sales call slots up tomorrow morning. And like Larissa said, take the leap and you won't regret it. So thank you so much, Larissa. I'm so excited to see where this journey is going to lead you. And yeah, you're amazing. Thank you for coming on here.
Thank you so much, Sarah.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.